Paul. Remember Paul? Maybe you might remember him better as Saul? Let's revisit Saul Paul's history. The first time we saw him, he was the coat check at the first ever recorded Christian martyr. He held on to the outerwear so that the people would be more freed and mobile to chuck rocks at the Christian. He was totally complicit. Later we see that he has become one of the best, most passionate and emboldened hunters of Christians to try to eradicate the movement before it can take over both Jewish and Roman life. On the march to one of his crusades, he is blinded and hears an audible voice from the heavens that totally changes the course of his life. He ends up becoming one of the greatest evangelists and spreaders of the message of Jesus that we have ever seen. Greater than Rick Warren, T.D. Jakes, Joyce Meyer, Francis Chan, and even Billy Graham. Without Paul, none of those people would have been able to do what they did because they all use Paul's material. So how did Paul get his start? This is where, if we were in a real classroom, I would give you the opportunity to study, prepare, and teach. Now, you might think that's lazy teaching, and to a certain extent, you might be right. But there's a saying that says that if you can't do, you teach. I don't appreciate that one, and I don't think that's correct. I think that if you want to learn something better, try to teach it. When you study and prepare something to teach it, you have to know it. You have to study it well because you know that people will question and keep you accountable to the things you're teaching. So how do we do that here? Many times I ask you to comment your thoughts. Are you going to comment your entire lesson? Probably not. So I'm going to ask you to do something really crazy. Take a video of you teaching about what you found. It doesn't need to look and sound like mine. You don't have to have a light or a microphone or a stand. It could just be you talking on the camera, on the phone that you already have. So what are you going to teach? Paul's missionary trips are recorded between Acts 13 and 20. That's chapter 13 and chapter 20. A lot of stuff. 8 chapters. Pick a part of that mission work to study. Could be something he did in Ephesus or Corinth or Thessalonica or any one of the number of other places that he went and did mission work. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it should be enough that you can study and teach from. Remember the 6 Bible study questions when you are studying and preparing this. Who is the author? Who is the original audience? What's the cultural context? What's the literary context? Where are you starting and ending? Then, what does that reveal to us about God? And what does that mean for you? Or for us, if you're teaching it? Yes, this is an assignment. What kind of teacher would I be if I never did that? Pick a passage somewhere between Acts 13 and 20. Study it with those questions. Prepare a teaching based on what you found. Then the hardest part. Record you teaching. Post it. Tag me in it. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I'll leave you with a story of one of the greatest teaching jobs that I ever got to witness in one of my classes, and it is a bit different. One of my favorite Bible professors in college came into class one time dressed in a full robe and a crown and taught the entire class as King David. You know, the guy who wrote the Psalms, slain a giant with a slingshot, then became king. That guy. Taught the whole class, fully invested, never broke character, even to the point where he gave the next assignment from the professor as King David. He's like, hey, the professor wanted me to let you know this is your next thing. The whole time, first person. Nothing could change your perspective than hearing it from the man. I've never seen such commitment before from a teacher to bring his students into the experience. Now, why do I tell you all this? You'll have to come back next time to find out. Share this if you found this interesting and want someone else to see it. Subscribe to keep up with all the shorts and full episodes.